Hello and welcome to Main Street Matters by Heart on Main Street, the podcast that knows that owning a retail business is a constant game of learning and improving. I am your host, Patrick Kaiser. I hope you all are enjoying Independent Retailer Month and feeling as celebrated as you should be throughout this whole month, really celebrating you. Heart on Main Street, we're doing a lot of different things throughout this month to celebrate independent retailers. You might have seen that earlier this week, we made a donation to the Mercantile in Sulphur, Oklahoma. Sulphur was hit by a tornado. Really, their whole downtown was devastated by this. It was emotional being there, and I'm going to talk a lot more about that when we talk about our Main Street Monday that we did in Sulphur and in Ada, Oklahoma in a few weeks. That area needs our support, and we would love to do more for the retailers in Sulphur and in the surrounding areas that were impacted by tornadoes. If you were able to, we would love if you could donate to Heart on Main Street to be able to help fund some of those retailers, to help them recover after the tornadoes, rebuild their stores so they can really remain a part of their community. It's such a huge focus of us as an organization and something that we have our heart in. And there's a lot of other areas too that have seen tornadoes or even recently now a hurricane that have lost their stores or been impacted severely. That is a mission of Heart on Main Street, is to help these communities and make sure that they are whole again and they can really thrive as a Main Street area, because that is so important to the community to have locally owned businesses. Everyone talks about they are the backbone of their community, but they really do so much. They employ local people, they buy from local companies and businesses and artisans, and they employ other local businesses to do services for them. There's this whole economic system really around independent retail and small businesses that people don't know about or forget about on a day-to-day basis. We're also doing a summer window display contest. We did this last winter and it was really fun. We had several dozen entries that we then voted on throughout having an open poll and allowing people from across the country to vote on what their favorite window display was. We're going to be doing the same thing this summer. So if you have window displays, if you want to take some pictures, send them in to us. You can email contact@heartonmainstreet.org. We will enter them into our contest so that you can be voted on and potentially win our summer window display contest. We are also launching a Facebook group for retailers to be able to talk and share ideas with each other and share successes and stories about what's going on in their town. So I'm very excited about that, to really bring a great community together. That, again, you can sign up for. It will launch later this month. For today's episode, we are going to be reconnecting with Kara Poliner of the Ely Mercantile in Ely, Minnesota, as part of our Shop Talk series. This is a series where we are featuring a brand new retailer and learning about the different things that she is going through as she's opening her store and going through being a retailer for the very first time. This is a great conversation as Kara is getting into the busy season of Ely and all of the different things that she is learning as a retailer and what's going on in her town, the surprises that she's gone through, the challenges that she's seeing. She's thinking about, what would I be doing differently for next season than what I'm compared to doing right now during this season. So as we've talked before with her, there's been different things about her finances and her background and what she wants to do with the store and building a brand, but now we're actually into the busy season. We're into it and what she's learning from that. So it's a really great conversation, and so without further ado, here is our interview with Kara Poliner of the Ely Mercantile. Well, Kara, I am so happy to be talking with you again. as we are following along with your journey with the Ely Mercantile. So I am really excited. And first off, it is July 1st, so happy Independent Retailer Month.
Yeah.
And I know June flew by and we're already into July. So tell me a little bit. Last time we talked, Ely was just getting into their summer season, the summer tourism season. How is summer going? How was June for you? Tell me a little bit about what's been going on.
Yeah, I mean, the when opening fishing happens in like the second week of May, then things start happening. That it's like a light switch gets turned on
Yeah.
as far as seeing traffic and stuff on the roads. So it geared up. I mean, it was a slow climb, which was good for me because
Right.
I'm just a lone wolf here trying to do all this. And probably the third weekend in June, it just like you could see like, okay, here we go.
Really.
Like it
Yeah.
really picked. Some other retailers, I guess, have said that June was a little slow.
Okay.
Um, the weather was nice. Well, I shouldn't say nice. We've had everything from almost practically snow to,
Oh my gosh.
80, 90 degrees to torrential flooding to, yeah, we've had everything. So maybe that has deterred some people,
So,
but
yeah. So how has that impacted the business? Have you seen, some days be much more heavily trafficked because of weather, or what? How has that impacted?
I can't say yet how it impacts me. I just know that, you can usually think if it is raining, you will have a busier day
Okay.
because if people aren't out on the lakes.
There we go. Okay.
So that is the one thing that you can kind of count on. I mean, one day I was open and we had the tornado siren goes off,
Oh,
you know,
jeez.
and we all walk outside to go see it. It's like, boy, we're really warning, really well here, but um, whatever. It didn't end up being here, so that was good. But we had definitely had some bad flooding. Two of the three roads to get to Ely flooded out,
Okay.
so that slowed things down a little bit. But I don't think it really affected the traffic as far people, if they're on their way here, they're going to find a way to get here. So,
Gotcha. Yeah.
but hopefully, I mean, our lakes are, some of them are 4 feet higher than
Okay.
normal. Every day on Facebook, people are reporting pieces of docks floating all over the lakes,
Oh my gosh. Wow.
pontoons that are free. Everyone's docks are flooded and coming apart and floating all over, and so people are like grabbing pieces and posting on Facebook to come find your dock. And so, yeah, it's kind of a weird scenario going on here. Um,
Interesting.
Especially since our winter was so
Right.
lackluster in snow. Like we came into the season so down with moisture, and now we have more than made up for it 10 times over. So
So is that
it's
impacting the fishing industry? I mean, the higher water, are they, I don't know if you know how that's
no, I don't think it's impacting it. I think, people, they're going to come, they're going to come. I don't think it's affecting the fishing. I mean, you hear different reports all the time. Some it's good, some it's bad. I mean,
okay.
so I mean, I think traffic wise, it's on its normal climb.
Got it. Yeah.
And now we're coming into the 4th of July week, which is also the week of a all class reunion here
Oh,
in
fun.
our town.
Yeah.
So they're celebrating the 100 years of our school. So they have an all class reunion. So a lot of things happening for that. So a lot more people, I think, are going to be in town because of that as well. So um, yeah, and just figuring out this inventory thing and panicking that I don't want to run out of things that are selling, and dealing with shipping times, and so it's a lot of work. it's
Yeah.
it's a lot of work, but it's still fun and different than what I was doing. um and it's all on a learning curve, but I'm feeling
So
good.
what have you been most surprised by going into over this last couple months from yeah, it's a learning curve, but what has just been a standout like, oh my gosh, I did not expect this.
Boy, that's a good question. I don't know if I have anything that's like certain items maybe that
Okay.
like I'll be unpacking them and going, "Oh, will anybody want this?" Like I
Yeah.
like it, but gosh, is this gonna sell? And then it will just like fly off the shelves and be gone, and I got to
Okay.
reorder right away. So that's happened with these with those lanterns.
Gotcha.
have
Yeah,
put on.
you were talking the lanterns last time. Yeah.
Yeah, and they still are just flying off the shelves. Hopefully, I'm
Well,
getting
good.
another shipment today. So those have been a nice surprise. So
Yeah.
that was
Well,
good.
there you go. You know that things that you like, other people like too, and that there's a market for it. And so, with some trusting your gut on those
Yeah,
things.
and that's a good point. The validation of what I pick and choose is nice to have.
Yeah.
You know, and my signature product being the t-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff with the lake names. I mean, that is the big seller too, and so that's successful as
Good.
well. So that's
Good.
validating to
Yeah.
me.
And I would guess with the all class reunion coming in, a lot of the local schoolwear that you have that will do well, and then other people will come in and
I
for
hope
those
so.
signature items. Yeah.
I mean, I made a bunch of t-shirts and stuff this weekend and put it on Instagram and Facebook, that I have just, a little bit of pickings of spirit wear.
Good.
I ended up making pennants, like the
Yeah.
vintage pennants that say all class reunion on them, if people want that kind of a memento too,
Yeah.
that I have that. So I have one window decorated all for the all class reunion and one window decorated for the 4th of July.
I have seen you be more active on social media,
Yeah.
posting things, some changes. What have you learned from being out on social media and experimenting there more?
Well, that I'm getting better at just doing it. Just,
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, I can't spend the amount of time on creating these perfectly done reels and videos and photos that it's just, oh my gosh, just take this stupid picture and post it, just get it out there. I still have to get my Instagram full, at least if you're on a computer and that first
Mm.
page, I just
Yeah.
need that full. So I still am not doing it as often as I should. My cousin, who is doing the apothecary in
Yes.
here, she's much more savvy at it. So she'll post things and then mention me. And so then I can reshare her stories and stuff too. So that has helped because she's
Good.
more savvy at it than I am. But I'm getting there. I'm
Yeah.
getting there. But I like how it's just, I'm taking away the pressure of perfection off of it and just post it.
Yep. I think that's such a huge lesson to learn. I've talked with Crystal Volkaitis and Crystal Media. Good or done is better than perfect, right? And
Yes.
it needs to yet have to get it out there. It has to be done. If it's not perfect, if the caption isn't exactly right, that's okay.
Oh yeah, that's my mantra. Oh, for
Yeah,
sure. Is
good.
okay. I'm mumbling that the entire time. So yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. I mean, you have to have it out there. And so I think often we kind of ruminate on this. It needs to be done this exact way. And it doesn't have to be. It's okay to have some mistakes or have it not be exactly perfect, but it has to be done. So,
Well, and I still need to put myself in there. I still need to
yep.
do at least a video too of myself talking too. So, maybe I can get to that this week, but I'll just
Yeah.
be so busy that I just won't care and I'll just, thing. So
Yeah. You're the face, right? You got to put yourself out there. People want to get to know you. They want to know who's behind the brand. So, yeah, put yourself out there.
well, and my cousin, she's like, so are you like monitoring likes and what you're getting? I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm just happy that something's out there. I'm like, I have no idea what kind of response they've gotten. I'm still definitely of the feeling of that's what my email list is for. And this is just getting it out there just to have at least a presence.
Yeah. Some advertisement. Yeah.
I can't get into monitoring it and checking it and studying it. I have numbers to worry about.
Yeah, right. I have the business
That's
side. Yeah. But
yeah.
some of your videos on Instagram, you have a couple thousand views on them. Like you're doing
Oh,
something
really?
great. So there you
I don't even,
go. Yeah. I'll look at your numbers for you. How about that?
oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. So yes, I'll have to just double check. Yeah, to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So where do you think you're seeing the most success? Where are things, really taking off and that you're seeing success for?
I mean, I'm definitely seeing that the theme is resonating with people. They come in here and they're having these moments of nostalgia, which is what I want them to have.
Yeah.
Pointing at the vintage items I have and oh, my grandpa had that or we used that as a kid then there's at least gives me that talking point with them to tell them why I did this vintage retro feel, because I want them to reminisce. And it's, and I've gotten a lot of people, complimentary on the store, like, really liking it, and like, this is the cutest store in town. And it's like, that's my goal, thank you. That feeds my soul, is to hear, compliments that I've curated it well. And that's what I need to hear right now, that I'm on the right track.
Yeah. That great validation that, yeah,
Mhm.
I kind of went with my gut doing these things and getting the good feedback from it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's very soul building, and keeps me plucking away, because we
Yeah,
still have July too, which is the busiest time. So
good. Yeah. So
I still have an impression to make. So
So I was in a couple weeks ago, Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, and I was in a bookstore doing our Main Street Monday there, and there was a woman and her father who were doing a cross-country trip from Oregon and California, and they had stopped in Ely, and I asked if they stopped in the Ely Mercantile, and she's like, "We did, we loved it." It was, yeah, so it was really
are
kind
you
of fun.
serious?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
funny. Oh, that's
So
good to
just
know.
yeah, this very kind of just random. She was talking to the bookstore owner about their cross country trip and all the different towns that they stopped in, and yeah, she said Ely, and I was like, just I don't mean to like pry, but like, was that Ely, Minnesota? That she's like, yeah, we went there, we did some fishing there, and yeah, so she
Oh,
yeah
nice.
yeah, so on a cross country trip, she stopped in your store, so
Well, I'll see, like I said, I think Ely has like the 3 degrees of separation,
yeah
not 6. Like, you will talk to very few people and find somebody that's been here, knows someone here, has heard of it, wants to go here. So there you
yeah.
go.
I thought it was just yeah, very cool. Just got a connection there, and yeah, my ears perked up when I heard that, and
Yeah.
so I
Well, thanks.
had to pick her brain. So yeah.
Very cool.
So what are some challenges maybe that you're seeing that, or maybe you want to focus on for the rest of summer?
Um, you know, Time management has
Mm,
always been an issue for me. And, especially now, I think coming into July, it's like, I'm not going to get any work done while I'm
mm,
open.
yeah,
Now I can still kind of pluck away at a few things. And because I'm such the maker of a lot of things, and I have to assemble things, that's going to probably not be able to happen so much for the next 2 months. So it's just having that time management of coming in a couple hours early and staying a couple hours late, and working into the evening. um, that I have to work on. I have one of my daughters is starting to work here now too.
oh good, yeah,
That's really going to help pick up some of the slack. I mean, the storeroom is like a disaster, so that just needs to have a process
yeah,
put into place just for back inventory and being able to go and grab things. I'm swimming in sweatshirts
okay,
back there. It's like, because I don't want to run out. I don't want somebody to ask for a size and I don't have it. And so I've really kind of upped my game on what I'm keeping on hand, at least for these couple months here. So, but then when I get those in, I have to sew my little tag on them too. And so that's my bottleneck, is getting the tag sewn on, um, and then getting them out on the floor. I mean,
right,
I tell people, if I don't have your size up there, I more than likely have it in the back, and that's fine. And then even it happened yesterday, like this lady, I gave her one from the back, and then she's like, "Well, this is the one I want, but I have a question though. But this other one has this little tag on it. Will this one have the tag on it?" I'm like, "Yes, yes, I
yes,
will sew the tag on it." And then I'm always like, "You're my people. If you worry about the tag, that's what I love,
right,
is that people want brand on there, so that's validating too. It's like, yes, you should own this
right.
sweatshirt because you're about the tag.
Yeah, absolutely, right? It's like, yeah, yeah, if you want it on there, and yeah, it's always going to be there, but I love that you want it there. So,
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely. And that happens a lot. And
yeah,
that's hugely validating. And it only takes me like a minute to literally sew them
good.
on. But it's just that extra process that I hope to catch up on, and
Yeah,
not have to stall at all, and be able to, have more of an assembly line of printing the sweatshirts. So
yeah. because you do have that extra challenge of being the maker of a lot of your products too,
Mhm.
that, you have the inventory, but making sure that you have enough on hand and
Yeah.
the time to do it. So, before this busy season started, you had the time, but now not necessarily getting that. So,
And then, having it at least set up in the back so I can find them. It's instead of digging through a box and filtering through a million sweatshirts, I had my daughter at least fold them all and put a sticker on all of them. So at least they're folded and I can see, what I
okay.
have. A quicker process of going back there and grabbing it because yeah, that's ugh, yeah, it's a mess. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of retailers can probably relate to you with my back room is just an absolute mess.
Mhm.
And yeah, that is like, but having a good, consistent plan and organization to that,
Yeah.
especially for the maker of it, you have to have that. So it's not a scramble around and look for things, but you know where you need to go to find what you need.
Yeah, and then it's just the space, too, making sure that there's enough space to be doing the assembly and then the press, I might be having to move my press where I have it because now might need more retail space,
Sure.
so
Yeah.
it's always that, refiguring and recalculating, and I guess that
Learnings.
keeps it
Yeah.
fresh. Yeah.
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 Yeah, everything that you're learning going through this first cycle. Have you thought about things that maybe, all right, next summer, here's what I would do differently leading up to that? It sounds like maybe the press in a different spot, but other things that,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's, just more, store signage and
hmm,
more, explanations of products and stuff that, I hope to still get things out, but
yeah,
at least just so that people aren't missing some information because I don't get a chance to, personally tell it to them. It's just
yeah,
because everything kind of has a story that goes with it. And so, I have a lot of little signs and stands to put up in front of products, but it's just like I want them to be better and
yeah,
more informative and so that people are entertained while they're walking through here because they're reading those stories and yeah.
yeah.
But it's
And
yeah,
that's
it's like, I would love to have it all done now and I have to keep telling myself it's just like at least next time they come, there'll be something totally new, so
absolutely, yeah. And it's a process. It's everything is learning. Everything you're kind of going through and okay, looking at and reevaluating. But that story is important, and you do want to tell that story. So how is it best to communicate that? And it might be through you as you're talking to them and doing it, but you might not be able to have that interaction with every single customer. So being able to have signs, being able to other ways to tell the story.
yeah, so I'm definitely, making notes of things like that to do, and then there's just still there's so many products that I'm telling people that certain things that are coming, and so it's just making sure that I have that
Yeah.
for sure the next time maybe they come in,
Yep.
so
Yep. Yeah. Having new, different things for people to look at. Have you thought of, and really just set up, but remerchandising or kind of moving things around in the store to get, even make it look new to those repeat customers?
yeah, and I have purchased, some other pieces that I got, at really cheap again. And thinking about how I would revamp the store. It's just I'm trying to decide, when that should happen.
Right.
I mean, it would be a big deal to do it midsummer, but is that I don't know if that's what I don't know if it's necessary. Is it because I'm still getting all new people every week because
Yeah.
they're the visitors? But then for sure at the end of the summer, I want to change it over that will then carry through to Christmas and then again have it different for next summer. But I don't know if mid-season is something I should tackle.
And honestly, yeah, you have enough going on mid-season that a complete restructuring of the store and re-merchandising, moving things is you don't want to add an extra task. Yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wanna do it. I mean, I definitely want when it comes in, I want there to be, like, even just, let's say, for next summer, the people that come back, that the flow is completely different. The
Right.
paths are completely different, everything has been completely moved around. I want them to every time they come in, at least every season, to just be like, "Whoa, yeah, she's changing this up,"
It's a
so
different experience. Yeah.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So I
And so
definitely have plans. I'm thinking I might need to get like a storage unit
okay. Yeah.
though to put all the stuff in. It's
Yeah.
just like, and I do feel that that's really a valuable thing to offer, is to have these changeovers, but it's just they're going to be structural, showcase pieces, big pieces that I want to rotate. So I might
Right.
have to look into getting some more space to store it.
And I forget who I was talking to, but they had recommended basically looking at your customer frequency. And if your average customer is coming in once every 3 months, that changing things once every 3 months. So it is a different look for them. Right now, you're getting kind of all new customers. And
Mhm.
so, you can let it be for right now because there's not having that frequent changeover, the frequent repeat right now. But yeah, once it is maybe off season and you're getting more of the local population coming in, having a little bit more frequent change. But
And I did my windows, so I changed my windows
oh yeah,
now, for the reunion and 4th of July, and so now I'll have to change them again next week. So these ones are
right,
only going to be for a week, and so that's not necessarily really easy
no,
either. So hopefully, at least showing that I'm revamping that, which then causes some products to move around.
yeah,
That's enough for right now, I hope.
yeah. So you have reunion coming up. There's also Blueberry Festival coming up at
Yep.
the end of the month.
Yep.
What can people expect if they're? I'm coming up for Blueberry Fest. So what else can I expect, or what could others expect for that time?
I mean, so when I change my windows over next week too, so that's going to be for blueberry, of
Okay,
course. So I can do a whole
yeah,
bunch of blueberry stuff. And then that's what a lot of the stores will kind of focus on, the Blueberry Festival now coming into July. So you're going to see a lot of blue. Um, but I think there's a lot of people, that might just avoid the 4th of July because it's so crazy busy. And July and the first part of August is when we have the best weather
okay,
too. And so that's why I just think that the volume of people is still going to go up than
yeah,
from what I had. So just being prepared for that.
yeah,
I'm closed on Mondays, um, which I w- I might have to change, just because even when I'm here, the amount of people that are coming to the door,
you
it's
have,
like,
yeah,
sorry, but it's like I just need kind of a respite day to run around and get things accomplished. But maybe if I can get my daughters comfortable enough to just, check people out at least, then I
yeah,
can still be running around and doing things, because it is, you want to capitalize on every day here.
yeah. Yeah, you don't want people coming to the door and it being closed and then they don't get the opportunity to come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, and then, at least I have it clearly on the door so they know for sure when I am open, and then it says just close Mondays. But I think, like, even today, this afternoon, my daughter is coming and I need to do some work, so I'm going to be open. Just I'm
okay,
here,
yeah,
just going to
yeah,
be open, and it's, a very busy week, so
yeah,
there's no reason. So we'll
yeah.
see. We'll
But
see how.
yeah, you have other things get done. You have again creating the inventory. I mean you need a day, but also don't want to miss out on those sales.
Yeah. I mean, and and
It's
I'm tired.
balance.
I'm like
Yeah,
really tired.
sure.
Like, it's amazing how by the time Saturday night hits, I can't do much after work, because
Right.
I've been working for, 5 days straight. And then by the time Sunday night, I'm like done. I'm just like, you really just need that day to just kind of regroup a little bit,
Yeah.
mentally. But it's a good tired. I still am loving it, but it's just like, I just
It's
need,
exha-
like,
ex it's exhausting. Yeah. I mean,
it's
you're on your feet, you're talking to a lot of people, you're on stage constantly.
Mhm.
That takes a lot out. That it's a
Yes.
tiring. I think that might be something that people don't realize is how tiring running a retail store can be, is that you're always on.
Well,
And
and that's
that's
when I
it's a
used to
lot.
do trade shows. It
Yeah.
would kill me, and I'm definitely meeting my word quota for the day, while I'm open.
Yeah.
And so it's
Yeah.
like, don't talk to me the rest of the evening because I'm done.
I've
But
already said my
you know,
10,000 words.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's so true, like how they, define introvert and extrovert, and it's all about how you charge your batteries.
Yes.
In mine, I'm an introvert by nature, that I have to charge my batteries alone. So that's why I need that day off, is like to just recharge. But if I can get it with having a little bit of help running the storefront, then I will definitely do that as well. But yeah, I don't get charged by being around people. That's that.
Yeah. So you need that little space. You need the time, just kind of, yeah. Yeah. Is a lot of Ely closed on Mondays, or kind of what's the normal schedule?
There's, I mean, the restaurants, quite a few restaurants are closed on Mondays. Sundays and Mondays, there's quite a few that are closed. I don't know. I might be the only store that's closed on Mondays. I'm trying to think if there is any. I'll have to go look at some of their schedules, but that's the other thing too, peer pressure. Yeah. Feeling the peer pressure of everybody else open, but they all have employees and I just don't have that yet.
Right.
So
yeah. And for a seasonal, you could do it for a couple of weeks, just when traffic is heavy, but it becomes, and then where's your off day and where are you able to recharge? So
yeah, I mean, with my cousin is now more established in here as well with her products, and we're still working on getting the apothecary built out and stuff too. So she's here a little bit more as well. And so I think coming into July too, maybe we can tag team a little bit where, maybe I can just get a few hours off each day or something so that I can be here on Mondays for sure.
Yeah. So between cousin and daughter can give you a little bit of time off.
Yeah. So now that we're talking, it's like, yes, I need to be open on Mondays. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to convince you to, but I've always a little bit of biased of I do Main Street Mondays. I go out to different towns, and there are a lot of areas that are closed on Mondays. They using that exact need the day off, need to get other things done in my life. So I'm a little bit like, be open on Mondays, but I totally understand that. It's you need that time. So
yeah. But I just need to do that thinking process in my head. Even just talking this out with you, just really is like, okay, but it's only for 2 months. I can go back to closed on Mondays now after July and August. It's just 2 months. This is all about let's see what I can do.
Right.
So I'll just have to muscle through it. But
again, don't mean to peer pressure you.
Now I'll just keep thinking Main Street Monday. Yeah.
Well, Kara, fantastic catching up with you. I'm so excited to be in person and see you later this month and experience Ely, and I'm so excited for your growth and seeing everything that you've accomplished in these last couple months that we've been talking.
Well, and you're gonna have to not tell me when you're coming. Like,
okay,
don't give me heads up so that you're just
surprised then. Yeah. All right, sounds good. Well, have a wonderful day, and again, I can't wait to see you later this month.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, folks, that is a wrap for today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. Next week, we are going to be back out on the road talking about one of our Main Street Monday visits when I went up to Door County, Wisconsin and visited the town of Sturgeon Bay. It was a great visit. I loved this town. They had a lot of fun artwork, a lot of great retailers there, so I am very excited to share that with you. This episode was written, produced, researched, and edited by me, Patrick Kaiser, with a very, very special thanks to Kara Poliner of the Ely Mercantile. Stay safe, have a great week, shop local, and I'll talk to you next time.